Hello, everyone. How are we all doing tonight? I have scheduled this live to talk about a case, and not sure if anyone's going to join, but we will just kind of start in on it. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. We'll just kind of let people get on here if they need to. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Tonight, if you guys have not already noticed, we will be talking about Ryan Larsen. It's a case that's a couple years old now. Ryan Larsen went missing from La Vista West Elementary School on May 17th, 2021, here in La Vista, Nebraska, a very, very close suburb of Omaha here. He went missing from school at lunchtime, and hasn't been seen since. He was 11 at the time. There is a Facebook page, What Happened to Ryan Larsen. At the beginning of the investigation, the police department, or authorities, I will say, advised the family not to speak on the investigation. And yeah, his sister, Taylor, I believe, I do remember this, and I just came across it again. Said, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting the search for Ryan and defending our family. However, I don't think some people realize how bad it hurts to read these posts and comments about us. For those criticizing our choices, I hope this is something that never happens to your family. We have been told since day one to stay out of the media and off social media. She said she didn't get why at first. Hold on. I didn't get why at first, but now I see how mean people's words can be and how easily our words can be twisted. Even your little comments about how you think we should be doing something hurt so bad because we are doing everything that we think is right. The things you say is just like kicking someone when they are down. Trust me, we are doing everything we possibly can to bring Ryan home. We have been talking to the police and the police only because they are the ones leading the search. For those who say we always thought this was a game, you are dead wrong. We have been worried since day one about all these alternative things that could happen to Ryan. All we want is for Ryan to come home. It is truly sad that I have to put this out there just so everyone else can feel at ease with our choices. It feels sometimes we have to post something or go to the media to prove to you that we do care. Of course, we care for Ryan. My mom is broken right now because Ryan is her life. She shouldn't have to be in the media and on social media apps to prove that she needs him. She is barely getting by. So please, before you decide to post something, think about how you would feel if this happened to someone you love. Please be kind. Thank you for all the prayers and don't give up on Ryan. He is strong and will come home. Um, so that was a post from his sister on May 31st of 2021. They, I don't know when, and I'm trying to find it. But they did say that they found his umbrella. And I'll just read a little bit about um I don't know what day that was. I'm trying to find it. Um I'm yeah, let me find it here where it says another thing we need to note is that he did have autism, high functioning autism, Tourette's, and needed his, medication for that. This was on May 23rd, 2023. Um, uh, Ryan's mom, Tammy, I believe it was February 21st of this year. She filed the petition. Oh no, because this was on in January. So, and it says earlier this month, Tammy Larsen, the mother of Ryan, filed a petition to the in court to have her son declared legally deceased. The petition also seeks to hold Papillion La Vista School District accountable for Larsen's disappearance. Ryan, who was 11 at the time, was last seen leaving La Vista Elementary on May 17th, 2021. The petition argues that because Ryan has not been seen since that day, he is presumably deceased. Ryan is autistic and has other health problems and would have made it difficult for him to survive on his own. Unless Ryan is under the supervision of a suitable caretaker, his medical conditions prevent him from exercising the necessary self-care to sustain his own life. He would be 14 now. Extensive searches for Ryan in the months after he went missing included more than 100 law enforcement officers, hundreds of volunteers, and the use of divers, dogs, and a helicopter. Search efforts especially focused on the area where the boy lived and a nearby lake. The petition alleges that staff members at La Vista Elementary saw Ryan leave that day, but did nothing to stop him or bring him back to the school. I want to get some more I want to get a little bit more specifics about what time he went missing, his apartments that they lived in. Let me see. They did say that he did have a tendency to wander off. But he was found safe the other times. He also was, they said that he was like the king of hide and seek. I also know that he Googled like how to hide from police and stuff like that. He was between classes when he left his elementary school. Yeah, it just says uh, the captain of the La Vista, I believe the La Vista Police Department, yes. Uh, Bob Larsen is the chief of police of La Vista, and Jeremy Kinsey is the captain. Uh, Kinsey said Ryan had a head start on police, noting the boy searched online how to hide from the police and how to hide underground and how to avoid being spotted. Uh, Described as being a high functioning autistic and is often nonverbal with strangers. Uh, at the time he went missing, police did not reason to believe his disappearance was suspicious in nature. The school did not have video showing where Ryan went, according to the police captain. Plans for cameras in the district's elementary schools have been accelerated since he went missing. And then Annette Iman is the La Vista Community Schools spokesperson, said it's everyone's worst nightmare. The fact that a student has left the building and has not been found is something. I know the staff in that building and everyone in the school building think about it every single day. Okay, this is where they found the umbrella. More than a month after he went missing, authorities found an umbrella Ryan had with him when he left the school. The umbrella was found near the La Vista apartment complex where the boy lived. On the 1 year, Ryan was 5 feet 8 inches tall, 125 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black jacket with jeans and an Old Navy t-shirt. On the 1 year anniversary of Ryan's disappearance, crews used sonar equipment and an underwater drone to look for the boy in Walnut Creek, according to a news source. I know that I have, went down to that area myself and, just kind of looked. I haven't like deeply looked. I'm not saying that by any means, but uh I have looked to see if I see anything, suspicious or that could possibly be anything. We don't know. I mean, since he is still missing, we don't know if he was taken and still with us. We don't know. I mean, it's not likely, but experts have not found any evidence to show Ryan fell into the dumpster near where his umbrella was found and possibly being taken to a landfill. They continue to look in areas that have already been searched because they want, they want to leave no stone left unturned, I guess. Police uh, Lawson said in January they are looking at all angles and have not ruled out the possibility he was abducted or harmed. Now, this is from the article on when was this? This is all from the article on May 18th of 2022. just absolutely absurd, I think. Bizarre. I want to find where he does have two sisters, Taylor and Kayla. I am glad I have some people with me. I hope you're all having a great day. I'm not sure if anyone, has anything they want to add to the discussion. I'm just trying to get the, word out there, and, you know, somebody has to know something. You know, the it just seems that this happens more and more, that people can just, vanish into thin air. And that seems to be what happened here. I want to put out there, I want to find the time that he went missing. I want to say, I just don't want to say anything if it's not correct. And I want to find the time that he walked out of school. I want to say that it was 12:50 p.m., but I don't want to quote that unless I find it um as fact. July 14th, 2023. Here we go. If anyone has anything they'd like to add or wants to join me, please do so. I will post the link here. There we go. I don't know if anyone just needed the link to chat or whatnot. He was diagnosed with autism, absent seizures, and Tourette's disorder. Um, yeah, this one just says he left in the middle of the day, possibly between classes. And I personally did not realize exactly what apartment complexes he was living at until recently. I I knew that there was, places, but I didn't realize it was that specific apartment complex. I'd never heard of it before. I thought it was like the ones across the street kind of from there. Um the area, let me I just want to pull up a map here. And give, about where the elementary school is from where his apartment is. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, here we go. So La Vista West Elementary School is 7821 Terry Drive in La Vista, and his apartments were literally because there's the ones that no, that's not, those are not the ones. I thought the ones were across the street, um, but they were on the same. I don't know if they're called the. I want to say they're called the Southfield Apartments. Let me. Yes, they. Yes, they are called the Southfield Apartments, and they are right behind. It's called Jimbo's Diner, and I believe it's also There's also Keno that is played in Jimbo's Diner, I believe. And between the elementary school, which is on Terry Drive, all you would have to do is go up Parkview Boulevard. But I want to know what this street is. Let me 83rd Street. So up Parkview Boulevard to 83rd Street, which is not a main street. 84th Street is. And then go north and then come back east. So just to give you guys a little picture as to where the elementary school is, they do say it's about a half a mile and an 11-minute walk. But between there, you have the La Vista Community Center, you have the Papillion Fire Department, you have a Jensen Tire and Auto, and you have Burger King, IHOP, and just that I can see from what I have pulled up right now, you have a Style House Barbershop, and then a little more up the street, you have KFC and Divine Truth Christian Bookstore. You have a gas station. You have an Access Bank. And I believe so when I went down and looked, I don't know. There's a Central Park clubhouse, and there's some houses, it looks like. And then there's the lake area is closer to the school than his house is, than the Southfield Apartments. And it's also, so everything, his apartment and the elementary school is between Harrison and Giles Road, and between 84th and 72nd Street. Very, very close. Very, very close to each other. It's literally within the city block. Central Park is south of the school. I'm down there. I'm down in that area quite a bit. There's I used to live literally 2 city blocks Hold on. Literally lived wait. I lived one city block to the west and a little bit south. What? A little bit southwest of where the apartments and the elementary school is. You just never know. He did have a tendency to wander off, as they said. Um, but I think they found him several times. But I don't know if it was ever during the day and at school when he wandered off. I don't know. Have y'all heard of this case? It's just devastating. Like, I can't, and especially in that area, the technically it's a Sarpy County. Um, and Sarpy County is a very relative safe safe area. I do know that and it is directly related to, the presence of law enforcement. They have a lot more uh, law enforcement um, coverage, and they make an effort to do that uh, in Sarpy County than they do, because they have the means to, than in Douglas County. Obviously, Douglas County is the obviously bigger county, because that does cover Omaha. And then this article does say that last month, so this article was posted on May 15th of this year. It does say last month. So in April of this year, the judge denied the petition to have him declared deceased. State law in Nebraska is a person has to be missing for 5 years before they can be considered legally deceased. I think each state is different. I just happen to know that from this, I know that Nebraska is 5 years. Yep. Nebraska law says a person needs to be missing for at least 5 years before they can be declared dead. What do you guys think? Do you think that's enough? Do you think it should be more or less? Do you think that's sufficient? I don't know. I think it would be hard to declare someone deceased and then have them found, and then what do you do? Like, you gotta, I don't know what the process is for declaring someone alive again would be. But then 5 years, like, there's also been people, found later than that, you know, unalived, but um this family, I can't imagine. This family probably just wants, at this point, even, I don't, I can't speak for the family, but at some point, a family just wants them to be found, and have some answers, whether it be deceased or not. Um, and, with it being this long, who knows if he is found deceased, has he been deceased the whole time? And then if, not, then what happened before? Just all sorts of scenarios, and you just, you know, think of everything. There has been allegations that, the district didn't make any attempts to prevent him from leaving the school and did not make any immediate attempts to retrieve him from the school, according to the suit that uh, the mother filed, the petition. They did say that there was an additional sighting, and I don't know if that was a surveillance sighting, or I believe it was a neighbor said that he was later seen later that day near the apartment. Um, Let me just see. I just want to see. I haven't been able to see chat. So I don't know if you guys are. Chatting. Here we go. I know there's, not too many people on with us, but I just want to get this story out there, keep it, keep it in the talk. Because, this little boy would now be 14 years old. He's had what, 3 birthdays now? Because he did have a birthday right after he went missing and has had 2 birthdays since. It's been over 2 years, guys, and no sign of him. What happened to Ryan? What happened? I do have a small update on my last video, and I'm just going to briefly mention this. Hello, Slipper Sloth. Yes, thank you for listening. As I say, I do have a small update. I did speak to my family this weekend briefly about the Chance Engelbert case, and I got the feeling that even law enforcement, and that's all I'm going to say, I'm just going to be very broad about it, but even law enforcement is scratching their heads and frustrated. I think they have their theories as well as to what happened, but there's obviously no proof of it, because there's no proof of anything, and they're scratching their heads at what happened, and I think they are frustrated as well. Now, debate is that, they had ties with the family, but I think they want to know the truth. I mean, just an average, someone not connected is going to want to know the truth. And when you can't get to the truth and can't find the answers, that's frustrating. It's frustrating for all of us. I'm not sure how many people, I don't know if this Ryan Larsen has made national news at all. I haven't seen anything personally, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. It is still talked about locally, and people are still, it's still up for, searching and finding the answers and whatnot. It's just frustrating when there's not much out there. And this is happening. I guess I don't really know what else to say about this case. If anyone, I don't know if. Hello, Lady V. How are you? It's okay. I uh happened to be able to do this a little bit earlier than I expected. And then I'm also, we're going to be talking about another case tomorrow that is, it's kind of funny because I'm kind of going in order, but I'm talking about two cases where not solved at all. So Chance Engelbert, not solved. Ryan Larsen, not solved. No answers. This next case that I'll be talking about tomorrow, we have answers, and I'm going to call it a solved-ish case. You guys will see why. Tomorrow, my live starts at 6 p.m. We'll be discussing until about 8, maybe. I don't know. Just depends. Ooh. And somebody wants to join me. Thank you so much, lady.
Hi, sweetie.
Hello.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
No, it's totally okay. Like I say, I just kind of got on a little bit earlier than I expected, and so here we are. I know a lot of people probably can't get on right now because they're working
Well,
or whatever.
Sally Mae was asking, so I put your link in your Discord.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yes.
a lot of people don't have the link, so that might be part of the problem.
Yeah, and I did post it finally.
And I thought you were going at, was it 6?
Possibly.
So I don't know.
But
I've
then I
been
changed
very,
it. Yeah, because
I'm not getting your notifications though either. So I want to check into that. Yeah, I have it. Okay, I didn't have it all on, so hold on just a minute. I'm gonna post it again in here for Sally Mae
yes, thank you.
and Emily. So yeah, Sally Mae's looking for it. Emily just said, "Hey, did you see this?" So maybe we'll get a few more in here. So since you don't really have many in here, would you mind just kind of giving me a recap of what we're talking about?
Just about Ryan Larsen, the little boy from La Vista West Elementary here in Omaha that went missing.
I don't know anything about it.
Went missing May 17th of 2021. Hasn't been seen since.
There's Emily.
Oh, yeah.
So he went missing in May and he hasn't been seen from since or seen?
Yeah. May 17th, 2021.
Oh my goodness. How old was he?
11 at the time. His birthday, I believe, is June 8th. So he had a birthday, shortly after.
Right. Oh, that's sad. I hate when babies are missing.
I
And
know.
Emily doesn't know anything either. KK's now here. So you might start over. Next time, just put your link in there, honey. I think that was the problem. Nobody had your link till I put it in there.
Oh, yeah.
So how have you been? We'll give everybody a few minutes. How's that?
Yeah. I'm good. We had a great time this weekend. Family, we just hung out and celebrated Papa's life, and it was a good time. He had a lot of friends, and we had people from, he lived out west.
Mhm.
But my dad's friends went down to the golf tournament every year for a while. And so they came. And then some friends from, I've never known these friends from Wyoming that came, but I met them. And it was actually the guy that married my dad and my stepmom. He came, and then another couple came, and then the guy that has the mortuary in Riverton, his wife is from Sioux County here in Nebraska, which is very close, like is neighboring county to Dawes, where my grandpa lived.
Uh-huh.
And so they live in Riverton too. And so they came down. So it was good to see them. They came and helped my dad with stuff and everything. I got to see the fire department came, the honor guard came.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, so it
Was
was
he a
very nice.
firefighter?
He was I don't know if he was chief of the fire department for a while, but I do know he was I think he was chief for a minute. At the fire department. I mean, this is a long time ago before my
Well, yeah.
time. But he was on the fire department. I think my dad was on the fire department too when the big fire hit in 1989. Um, it's all right, Summer. You're good. Um, so uh, he was on the fire department. He was in the Navy. So they came and
Right.
they did honor what's it called, honor guard military
Hmm.
service
Yeah.
at the cemetery. And I'd never
Did
been
they
to one
play
of those.
taps?
Yep, yep.
My dad had one, but he made us promise that we wouldn't let him play taps.
But I don't think I'd ever been to one with honors, so it was pretty cool.
They are. They're very nice. They do
Hmm.
21 gun salute and all of that.
And then they came to the golf course afterwards, and we hung out and fellowshipped and
Oh,
whatnot. So
I'm sorry for your loss, sweetie.
yeah, but he had a great life, and he was not living the way that he would want to be. So he is
Well, yeah,
in a better place. I cannot wish him back here. I can't, not the way he was. And
yeah,
that goes, and that goes for my mom and my grandma too. Like, you know, so
yeah. I mean, honestly, it reaches a point, and I can say this because I'm getting there, okay? But it reaches a point. It's almost like, are you really living at all?
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Not about quantity, it's about quality at that point.
quality, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, uh,
Okay, so we have some more people in here. Maybe we could kind of take it away, honey.
yeah. For those of you that are just getting in,
Take it away. Yeah. Sorry.
we are talking about Ryan Larsen, the then 11-year-old that went missing from La Vista West Elementary here in La Vista, Nebraska, which is it's basically it's Omaha, South Omaha. Um, they did uh, find his umbrella that he had. Um, he was, let me see. I kind of went over everything, but I can re-go over it if I have to.
Yeah, you might if you want to, because I don't think any of us
Yeah.
know anything about it. I mean,
Uh,
I mean, it's your channel. You do what you want, but I
yeah.
like to hear it myself. Legendary's here.
Well, hello.
He missed himself.
Earlier this year, his mom did ask for a petition for him to be declared legally deceased. Um, I believe it was in April that she petitioned in February, and I believe in April, um, the judge denied it because in Nebraska you do have to be missing for 5 years to be declared legally deceased. And it's only been 2.
So did they? Did
No, no,
okay.
no.
I didn't think so. I think they kind of are sticklers on that, aren't they?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Um, he was autistic. He suffered from autism, high functioning autism, some seizures, and Tourette's.
Do you have a picture?
Um, I do, but I don't know how to put it in. Well, I guess I could. mm, I have to do the Discord or the StreamYard on my phone, so it's kind of hard. Um,
Okay. Yeah, that would be difficult. Sally Mae, I think
yeah.
was 2021, did you say?
Yes. Yep. And I have been I used to live like literally a block, like a city block from where his apartments and the um school was, a city
Mm-hmm.
block like to the west and a little bit to the south.
So this is close to home for you.
Very close. I used to live there. I live a little bit north and west now, but yeah, I lived down there for a year and a half or so. So, and there's a restaurant that I really like down there, and there is also it's called Jimbo's Diner, but there's also they play a Keno there, so it's kind of a Keno bar restaurant.
Are you
And
able to read chat?
hold on. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get to it. Now I can. Yes. Hold on.
Sally Mae had a question.
Have they searched all waterways? Yes, they have. There was I don't know if you'd call it a lake or a small pond, a pond. Um, I don't know if it was like a year later when
How long later?
like a year later, I think it was.
They waited that long? Wow.
I don't know if it was that long or if they did it before that, but I do know that they did eventually look there and there was nothing. They had I'll get to one of the articles here. Hold on. Let me pull up another. And I want to see which one. Let me see if it's in this one. He did Google. The police kind of said that he was the king of hide and seek. He did Google how to hide from police, how to um, go underground. and stuff like that. At the time Ryan went missing, police did not reason to believe his disappearance was suspicious in nature. However, they did not have surveillance at the time at the school. Um, More than a month after he went missing, authorities found an umbrella that he had with him when he left the school, and it was found near the apartment complex where he lived. On the 1 year anniversary of Ryan's disappearance, crews used sonar equipment and an underwater drone to look for the boy in the Walnut Creek Lake. The chief of police did say we don't have blinders on, so there is different avenues that we're still going down. I believe he's in this area somewhere, where I don't know. Experts have not found any evidence to show Ryan fell into the dumpster near where his umbrella was found, and possibly being taken to a landfill. So they don't know that. They continue to search for him, though. I mean, they're not giving up.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, you never know. I mean, there have been some kids that were, excuse me, abducted or whatever, and unfortunately, used for nefarious circumstances until they age out, and then sometimes they show back up. And although that's terrible to have happen to you, it does happen sometimes. So I put your link in my Discord, and Legendary put it in Scarlett's.
Okay, thank you.
So you got lots of support, honey.
Sally Mae, yes. That was Sally Mae says autistic kids gravitate towards water. He really did like the water.
I did not know that.
Early on in the case or in the investigation, they did say that he did like to go wander by the water a lot. And so, yes, Legendary, it's a pretty small community. I don't know if I would say limited budgets. Sarpy County is I'll just put it this way, a county of wealthy people.
So do you know why they gravitate toward water? I didn't know that.
No. My cousin is autistic, and I don't know if he does or not, if he, gravitates towards water, but I have heard that before, though. Yes.
Maybe they find it soothing or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're trying to get so how far do you live from them now, where this happened?
Now I live a little bit more, well, not a little bit. I live more north and west. But I did live a little bit southwest. I live literally like a mile, or maybe even a city block.
Oh, Sally Mae, it sounds like her grandson has it autistic too.
Yeah.
So if I missed this, please forgive me, because I was trying to see about getting your link out there more. But how did he? What happened when he went missing? I mean, how did he go missing? Did he just wander out or?
They said they were between classes at the elementary school, and apparently his mom in the petition said that he had wandered off about 3 times in the last 5 months or 5 times in the last 3 months.
Is this a
Um,
regular school or a special
no,
school?
it's a regular school.
Hmm.
And he had a tendency to wander off, and I apparently they just didn't realize it, or realize it,
Too late.
not too late. But I brought up the map earlier, and it's literally a half a mile from his apartment
Yeah.
to the school.
Do
And
that again. Can you bring it up
um,
again, or is it too hard?
it's too hard for me to do on the phone. I just do it on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Um, so it's literally a half a mile, and it said it would be an 11-minute walk. Um,
Hmm.
Let me just go over it again.
Did he walk to school himself every day?
I don't
Take
know that. Um, I don't know if he knew the route. I don't know if he got a ride to school, walked to school. That's never really been.
Emily wants to know, are you suspicious of the parents or who?
There are people that do think that his mom uh, knows more. However, we can't, I don't want to speculate that too much, and the reason being is because she did petition for him to be legally deceased, because she filed a suit against the school.
Right.
And it has not been nearly the amount of time, I guess. In the state of Nebraska, I think we've got some more people on here since I've said it again, but in the state of Nebraska, you have to be missing for 5 years before you can be legally declared legally deceased.
That's
So,
actually good. I think in a lot of places it's 7.
yeah. Okay, well, I was looking up the map, right? Yes.
Right. I I would be suing the school too. I tell you, I mean, if they're in a special classroom or whatever, there needs to be some sort of
Yeah,
extra
I don't
precautions
know.
taken
Yeah,
so they can't have that happen. At least have the door beep or something when it opens so you're aware that it opened, you know?
yeah. I don't
Something.
know if he was in a special classroom or not. But there is, okay, so between the school and the apartments, they're called the Southfield Apartments. Um, there are several, let me try to enhance this again.
You know, forgive me if I'm wrong because I mean, I have a heart daughter and her son that have Asperger's,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like really similar to autism, but not.
Yes. Yeah.
So my I think so. If I'm wrong, I don't mean to offend anybody or anything, but with autistic children, if I think that I would probably, those little tags and stuff you can get for their clothes or whatever, where you can put them on the child that keeps track of where they are, especially if I had one that had wandered away before.
Tracker.
Those are not expensive at all. I think I would have one put
Yeah.
in the clothes or something,
Mm-hmm.
because they are not aware of their surroundings. So, or actually, they're so aware of their surroundings, they like block everything out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a so between the school and the apartments are also a community center. Um,
So he just wandered off and nobody's seen him since.
mhm. The school is on Terry Drive, and then
Hmm.
the apartments are a little bit north of that, but still within the block and within the neighborhood.
So there's no ring cameras, video,
The
nothing at
school
all.
didn't have any surveillance, but somebody did say that they did see him later that afternoon near the apartments.
Where he
Um,
lived,
yeah, where he lived.
and no ring cameras or anything picked that up. That's weird.
Um, I don't know about that because the one picture that we do have is of him kind of like, you know, how, like apartments can be really like the buildings can be really close together. It kind of looked like he was but like between the buildings and had his hand like one hand on one building and one hand on the other and then one leg on one side and one leg on the other side.
I
Um,
only I only saw your thumbnail for a second. Is that what you have on there, or is that a different?
no, that's a different picture. There's like a gas station, a bank, an IHOP, a Burger King, and then that Jimbo's Diner that I was talking about that has the Keno. There's a tire place and a barber shop between the school and the apartments.
Kind of makes you think, if you would think that they would have seen him,
Mm-hmm.
or had video or something. It kind of makes you wonder if somebody didn't swoop him up. That's
I know.
scary.
I know. That's obviously that's what I think happened. I mean, that's, between the mom knowing more than what I think she's saying and those are my top two
Hmm.
theories. Um, I,
Why are you wondering about the mom? Can I ask, or would you rather not say?
because of the,
They're wanting him declared.
yeah, yeah. I guess the other one is that he could have went into one of the ponds, but they've searched that. They searched those ponds. I think they searched those ponds pretty heavily and they didn't find anything.
And they
And
dove.
um
I'm sure they would have dove too.
I'm sure they did. They said the one article that I pulled up said they used dogs, drones, sonar equipment. So I'm assuming that's, you know, diving equipment.
Yes,
Um,
they use sonar and all of that. Sally Mae.
yeah.
She wants to know if he was verbal.
Um, I believe one of the articles did say that he was nonverbal. Let me see if I can find it. There was just like a little where it said he was nonverbal at times. Hold on.
That poor baby. I always hate when children go missing. It just makes
I know.
there's just too many babies. It seems like it's only getting worse too.
And and like I said at the beginning too, people are just missing out of thin air.
Yeah, yeah, boy, that's the truth. Even adults just like vanish, gone.
Yeah, it says they used divers, dogs, and a helicopter, and more than 100 law enforcement officers. Um, the petition was to make a claim against the school district for its alleged negligence. I want to, since I have more people on now, I want to kind of reiterate what they said he was wearing that day.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, because none of us heard anything.
I know, I know, um, the recent articles are all about I got to get into the does this one say hold on one second, let me grab it. It wasn't the first time the boy with autism had wandered away from his school, but the other half a dozen times he was found safe.
Where? Did they say where?
No.
I'm
Like
sure
where
like
he
it.
was found
Okay.
previously.
Yeah, was just wondering if I'm sure they checked that out.
Yeah. Uh, the population of the town is about 17,000.
Oh, that is a small
Yeah,
community.
it's La Vista. It's basically they call it a suburb of Omaha. However, I'm going to call it a connection.
Oh, hey.
I mean, you don't know, like, basically, Sarpy County starts on one side of the street and Douglas is on the other side. So,
Hmm. I'm sure I'm sure they're used to working together though in that area, you would think.
yeah. Was last seen wearing a black jacket with jeans and an Old Navy t-shirt.
Sally Mae said, I'm sorry, did you say verbal or nonverbal?
I'm still trying to find that. One of the articles did mention something about being nonverbal, but I can't find it again.
At first you said at times. So does it sound like he might be verbal sometimes?
Yeah, I think that's what it said. His sister Kayla described him as someone who's goofy, funny, and a little awkward. At first he's shy, but once you get to know him, he won't stop talking.
Aw. Sally Mae wants to know if he was on social media.
I don't know if he was Sally Mae, but I do know he had access to it because he Googled, how to hide from police, how to go missing underground.
What? Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And also they said that he like Googled, the police say that he had a head start and called him the king of hide and seek. If anyone has any information, they can contact La Vista Police at 402-331-1582.
That's interesting.
They said that he loved helping others. The mother said he loved helping others and would be allowed to help the janitor if he received good grades in school. He would get to help the janitor with different projects such as taking out the trash, going to help in the lunchroom, and picking up stuff. That was the reward he chose, to help the janitor.
Ryan Larsen was his name, Emily, and Sally Mae's wondering if maybe he met somebody. I don't know. That kind of
I don't,
sounds like he was thinking about running away to me.
yeah. He was 11, so I mean, I don't know how much an 11-year-old can do, but I also know how much an 11-year-old can do because I just spent time with my 11-year-old cousin this weekend, and kids are way smarter now, I think, than we were when we were 11.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. Those
Maybe it's
that have
because
grown up with the internet, it's just
maybe
like,
I was just gonna say maybe it's because they're more technologically savvy than we were because they have the means to be so.
yeah,
Um,
they can learn a whole lot more than we did at that age.
yeah,
But I mean, their whole world is tech. So I
yeah,
mean, I always thought it was funny because my granddaughter, when she was a baby, I mean, you'd hand her the phone and she was like not even a year old, and she's like pressing
yeah,
buttons and doing
yeah.
things,
And
going
they
places.
know
And
in
I'm like,
knowing what she was doing, not just knowing
yes,
to do it. Yeah,
yes. And
and
she'd go like right to her videos, man. I was
yeah,
like, wow,
they know
that's
what buttons to
great.
push to get where.
Yeah,
And my 6-year-old cousins this weekend were on their phones and tablets and knowing what they were playing games. So I'm just like, okay, cool.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of scary. I was like, yeah, give it to the 2-year-old. Tell them what you want, and they'll
And
figure it
they'll
out
get it
for
for you.
you.
Yep.
So you said there was another one you were going to talk about too?
So uh I did have I don't think you guys were here when I said it, but I do have a
Mm-mm.
small update on the Chance Engelbert case that I talked about. Um I did talk to um
We missed a whole nother one. Oh my gosh, honey, I'm so sorry.
no, that was, remember the first oh yeah, the first case that I did. Um uh
I didn't get to see that.
I know.
My
But
work thing has been insane.
yeah. My anyway, my connections that I have talked to said that the I think I'm just going to say law enforcement in Gearing is very frustrated with the no answers of that one as well. So
Emily said,
they're just left scratching their heads. Yes, says he had absent seizures and Tourette's too.
right.
Yes, Emily.
So that means he was verbal at least some of the time. I mean, I
Yeah.
know it's ticks and stuff too, but um, so the one that you just talked about was a chance.
Chance Engelbert.
How did he disappear?
He literally just vanished in thin air as well.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, and I said this before, but I'll say it again. So my last one was on someone who vanished in thin air. Obviously, Ryan vanished into thin air. Tomorrow, I'll be talking about a solved-ish case. We have some answers and some there's still some question though, and you guys will find out why
Okay.
when we talk about it. But
What time are you going live tomorrow?
six
Okay.
Central Time.
Put that in your Discord, honey. So
Okay,
the
yeah, I
link,
will.
that way we have it.
Yep, I will for sure.
And you have Sally Mae to thank because Sally Mae was the one that says, "Does anybody have the link?" So
Thank you,
thank you,
Sally
Sally
Mae.
Mae, because I didn't want to miss this at all.
Yes, I ended up not coming home yesterday. I ended up coming home this morning. I got a hotel in a town about 2 hours from here because I was just exhausted from the drive and had some stuff going on. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna crash here. So I did.
Okay, so Emily, I'm not trying to take over your panel.
Emily
I
said they left him unsupervised in a classroom even though he had ran away from the school 3 times in 5 months he'd been in school. Um I don't know if he was unsupervised, but I do know they were between classes. And I want to say it was like lunchtime, and I want to say it was like 12:50 p.m. And I read that somewhere, but I can't find it again, so I can't. But I know 12:50 to me seem kind of rings a bell for some reason. But yeah, very.
That's probably toward the end of lunch, then, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. They didn't say necessarily it was lunch. It was at lunch, but they said around lunchtime, and that would be the end of lunchtime, and then maybe they were, going from lunch to class again or something of the sort. And it never, I don't know if, at least I have not seen where the population of what the population of the school is or was at that time. Um, Let me see if I can just find it quick. So very small school. 27 teachers, 11.37 uh, students to one teacher ratio, and 316 students. I don't know when that was, but that's just what it says as I. Yeah, La Vista West Elementary. So yeah, it's a smaller school. I mean, I guess I don't know how many I would think would be in a elementary school, but if he was 11, he would be about 5th grade, but he was going to turn 12. Yeah, I bet he was in 5th grade. I can't say that for a fact, but that's just.
Well, you're better at it than me. I homeschooled my kids. I don't. And I haven't been dealing with that for a long time.
Time. So,
Are you reading in chat?
yeah.
I would be very mad myself.
Yeah, it's frustrating. But I know that my cousin, he ran away from school in kindergarten.
Whoa.
Yeah. Went to his grandma's house. My great aunt's house. But he had some behavioral issues, I'll just say that, and he was very intelligent, and I think he still is.
Well, I was going to say, at least he knew how to get to his grandma's.
Yeah. And it was, I mean, not that it was far, but I don't know if I would have known how to get somewhere, you know, that far. I mean, it was only in this is a very small town, so a block is like not very long, but I mean, it was blocks over and blocks down. So I want to say it was probably one, two, well, how many blocks? Because my great aunt and my grandma lived on the same street, but not on the same block. And I think the school is a block. a block over and a block up from my grandma's. So it would be a block, 2 blocks, 3,
I
4.
agree,
It would be
Emily.
about 4 or 5 blocks.
Yeah,
Small blocks,
kindergarten.
but
That's like, well, I am directionally challenged
hmm
really badly. I don't like, I mean, once I go someplace, I know how to, but I don't
yeah,
like if my husband's driving or whatever, I don't pay a bit of attention. I'm just like oblivious half the time. And it was funny because there were times I needed to go someplace, and this was before we had cell phones and
hmm
GPS, right? So my kids were like 7 and 5. I think the seven's when about my oldest son started doing it. I was like, okay, you need to try to get me to such and such. They would get me places because I'm
yeah,
like, I don't know where I'm going. And they're
yeah,
like, Mom, you go here and here and here. I'm like, and they could make it to our church, and that's like a 20-30 minute drive.
yeah.
I'm terrible
Emily,
when it comes to, I mean, GPS maps is my best friend.
yeah, Emily says he should have had extra supervision if he had a history of wandering off like that, and I absolutely agree.
I agree. That's why I'm saying they should
Not
have
sure, not
mom.
sure what happened there. Not sure where the miscommunication was, but yes,
If
absolutely.
it was, I mean, but if it was at lunch, it's not like you walked out of the classroom to go to the bathroom and then
Right.
left from there. But
Yeah. Not exactly sure what happened.
now
Where
I
the
never tried to miss in grade school, but I know in high school it was really easy just to kind of slip and go away, for a
Oh
while.
yeah. I mean, well, in our school it wasn't because they'd be like who's all here, but
Oh, ours was.
if someone wasn't there, they would just be like, "All right, well, they're, you
Well, they'd
know,
report it, but that's about it. But we had,
yeah."
you're not going to believe this. Okay. So we had a smoking hole when I was in high school, a
Mhm.
place where we could go and we could smoke
Mhm.
or toke or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that would be the first place the teachers would check. And if you weren't there, then they'd be reporting you, gone, but they really
Yeah.
wouldn't do a whole lot about it. But that's high school.
Yeah.
You think it'd be a little bit harder in grade school,
Yeah.
especially with all of the things that's been going on at schools and stuff.
Yeah, I would, yeah. I would think that they would like lock doors and stuff and make people how he slipped out of school, I don't know, I guess. Like
Yeah,
maybe
because
the front desk people weren't there and he just walked out. I don't know.
I mean,
Emily said
because
high
even
school was very Emily also says high school was easy to skip class. Well, it wasn't for me because my mom was a teacher, but
oh
but
yeah,
everybody else, yeah.
well, I
My
mean, I
mom
know.
knew what I was doing before I did it. Let's just put it that way.
Well, so did mine. My
Mhm.
well, even though mine wasn't a teacher, she still knew.
Yeah.
But you would think, okay, so maybe it's illegal to have the doors locked, but I'm sure there's a way to have the doors locked, and then if somebody presses alarm, that they
Hmm.
immediately unlock
Yeah.
for safety reasons. I mean, you would
Well, and
think,
they have to lock them for safety reasons now, anyways. Like,
right?
so I don't know.
I don't
Just
know either. That's
bad situations, I think. Yeah, that's what Emily said our schools are lockdown check ins to come in and, yeah, you have to check in to come and leave. Yeah, that's how a lot of them are now.
so I wonder how he went.
Yeah, I think we all just want to know what happened.
Yeah, definitely. It just shouldn't be that easy for some kid to wander off, especially in grade school,
Hmm.
especially since he was special.
Yeah. Just a bad situation.
Poor little
But
baby.
yeah, I know that I it's not like talked about a ton here still, but like obviously it still is around, like the anniversary of when it happened. And I do know that they are still, they in one of the articles they did say that, they are still taking information.
I just find it weird that he was, how did looking that up on Google. I mean
Mhm.
that's concerning to me,
It's very
especially
concerning.
especially with what you were saying about the mom. I mean,
Yeah.
that just makes me think that maybe there was
I don't
something going on
like
at home.
was he trying to hide from his mom? Was he trying to hide from the police? Was he trying like
Right.
was he smart enough to know to get the police's attention for something? But
Well, he was smart enough to know he needed to Google how to hide from them.
yeah. But he also had two sisters as well.
How old are they?
I'm not sure.
Teacher saw him leave. No immediate action was taken. What?
Yeah.
So how old are his sisters?
That's what the I believe that's what the petition said. Is that correct, Emily? Emily says 2 articles I've read now say that a teacher saw him leave and no immediate action was taken by the school to prevent him from leaving school grounds. I don't know if that's what her petition said.
How old were his sisters? Were they in the same school with him?
Let me find out. One of them's name is Taylor and the other one is Kayla. Let me
Emily said, yeah, it was the petition.
yeah. There is a Facebook post from his sister, from Taylor. Brian,
When,
let me see here.
was this when he went missing or now?
When he went missing.
Sorry, that's my husband. He's cooking.
Oldest sister. I'm looking.
Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold.
He is. Oh, I did forget to mention this, guys. I'm so sorry. He is in the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's database.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, he is still there. I do know that.
I can mute if you want me to. My husband's cooking. Yes, he always whistles. Everybody can hear you whistling, honey. They're like, he whistles while he works. He does. And he whistles like he does drains and sewers, so he's in and out of people's houses all the time, and they just find it. People just like comment on it all the time. You must be so happy or content. You're just whistling all the time. It is cute. I know it's him when he comes in because he's whistling. I can actually hear him whistle before he even opens the door.
You making fun of me?
No, they're saying it's cute.
So, also, this article said that he had another sister, and this article was from October 7th of 2021, said that a girl that was 26 said she found out her baby brother disappeared through an Omaha Facebook group. Then one of her sisters called shortly after with the unthinkable news. She said it had been a while since she'd seen him in person. She said they would try to FaceTime, but she said he was always doing his own thing and she works odd hours. And this girl is 26 and Ryan was only 12 at the time. She said she felt guilty. I can't even come home to help find him. She's the oldest of the Larsen siblings and moved from Omaha 4 years ago to Colorado, where she works as a hospital security guard. And this was 2021, and she couldn't go help due to the pandemic.
You think this is his sister?
What?
You think that's his sister?
No,
Santa?
it says it is his sister, his oldest sister.
Oh, okay. So there's a big gap. Okay.
Yeah. Not sure if they're, full siblings or half siblings, but anyway, it says a sibling. So, she has kids. So Ryan was, her kids' uncle. She has 2 daughters, and the third baby was waiting to meet him.
And she's a security guard.
Said he was last seen. He has autism. Obviously, was last seen May 17th when he left La Vista West Elementary School around noon. He was spotted on surveillance video about 90 minutes later at the Southfield apartment complex where he lived with his mother.
That doesn't really sound like he was running away, though, does it? That sounds like he was headed home. Unless he went in and got stuff and then ran away. I'm just thinking loud.
Where was his mom at that? Like, did he just go home? Like,
does she work? Do you know?
I don't know. He was spotted on surveillance about 90 minutes later at the apartment complex, though. So,
hard to believe that's the only one he would have been caught on, though. I mean, my God, there's cameras everywhere nowadays. That's what always gets me about these things. It's like there's cameras everywhere, but they just like up and vanish out of nowhere. I just don't see how that happens.
And even like, not to beat a dead horse, but even in the Koberger case, like,
exactly
what I was thinking. How do we not see? How do we have all this footage, but yet where it actually happened, we don't seem to have any footage of?
Well, my thing is
the back of the house, the front of the house.
Yeah, because I mean, they got Bethany and Dylan coming home. on camera. They have the car, but you would think that they'd have something in the back of the house. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like you should be able to jump from one camera to another, even if
Hmm.
it's like a mile apart or something, as long as they don't vanish in between, at least kind of track them like that.
Yeah.
I mean, 90 minutes, that's a lot of cameras to walk by, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you said this is a wealthy area, right? So you would think that they would all have cameras.
It's what?
You said it was a wealthy area, right?
So it is, but that particular area might not be, it's full of apartment complexes, so
Oh,
you know, there's that.
mm,
But
that's
I'm
true.
talking about like La Vista, Papillion, Sarpy County as a whole is a lot
So you would
better.
think that there would have been more cameras around. Maybe not in that area, though. Just
Yeah.
saying. Hmm.
But when I bring up the hold on one second. When I bring up the map though, it's like you would think that like the IHOP, the Burger King, but
The
those
barber shop.
those are further to the, and I want to say the right direction. Those are further to the west than the apartments are.
Meaning he did or did not walk by. I'm directly challenged, so I'm bad.
Yeah,
So would he had to walk by them? Is what I mean. I would assume that's why they said those names. Huh?
let me see. Let me just Google because I did this before too.
I need to get out my other.
Southfield Apartments. It does say that he would, I mean, depending on what, if you take the streets, yeah, you'd have to go by the IHOP and by the Jimbo's Diner because it's right across the street from the Jimbo's Diner is the apartment complexes. Um, but if you take the cut acrosses, like
Well, yeah, that's true. Cutting in between
it,
everything.
it, it would be different. Summer says surveillance coming or going home. Um,
That's my clock. It's
surveillance.
it should be like copyright free music. At least Scarlett
Summer,
never.
what do you mean coming or going home? He was found on surveillance at his house at the apartments 90 minutes after he went missing from the school. My grandpa actually whistled.
Did he?
Yeah.
Grandma.
Come to think about it, I just
My
sorry, that was
grandma.
very random, but
Well, my grandma didn't whistle. She went more like that kind of whistling. I can't.
yeah.
But it was more of a whistle. I can't do it. So. And his mom whistled.
Yeah, my grandpa kind of had a kind of like that, whistled kind of like that.
Yeah, the shh kind of thing.
Yeah.
Get little kids to ask me how to whistle.
I don't know if he was just bored or what, but I did notice that in recent years, that he whistled.
No, my husband just said that he gets a lot of kids asking him to teach him how to whistle.
My grandma could whistle louder than anyone I ever knew.
Like customers' kids that are asking.
Yeah.
It is funny. Yeah, it's very comforting to me to like hearing whistle. I know I can tell you if he's in a good mood or not when he comes home.
If he's whistling, he's in a good mood.
Yeah, which 99% of the time he is. But if
Good.
he comes in and he doesn't whistle, I'm like, uh-oh, he's tired. He had a bad day.
He's like, oh shit, he's not whistling.
Did you hear him?
What did he say?
She's like, oh shit, he's not whistling.
There is another interesting thing is between the school and his apartment is a fire station and the city hall and a community center.
Well, you would think that they would I just don't. Wow.
You would think that at noontime on a school day that someone would be around. That would be like, oh, hey, there's a little boy that's just,
wandering around. Well, but do we pay attention to that anymore?
I don't know. I see, I actually, because maybe people like you and I do, but maybe the normal person don't.
Right.
Not saying we're not normal because we are normal, but.
No, but we're not. We are, but we're not. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like not everybody is, obsessed with this stuff like we are.
Yeah.
And it just makes you think. I have noticed that this, getting into this true crime stuff has made me think differently.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And not necessarily just about myself, but about everyone else.
Yeah. Friday when I was at that, I went to a Vietnamese fall festival thing with my boss, and it was a lot. I got sick, but because it was the one day that it was freezing, right? Every day before and since.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a lady in a booth next to us that had a son. He had to be about 10 or 11 years old. And there was this guy that walked by, and he was like, acting really weird, asking this kid all these questions and everything. And I had my eyes directly on that man. He looked at me and I looked at him like, I'm watching you, dude, because he gave me the creep. Now, I don't like creep out on everything, but, my spidey senses were up and I wanted him to know, hey, I see you, dude.
Yeah. I wish. So this place, this pond is right by a place called Central Park Clubhouse. And I think the name of the park is called Central Park. And there's like a little pond there. And then if you go to the south, there's another little pond and it's called the Link.
The Link. That's a strange name.
So it's the Link Park. And it's just it's basically straight south of this other one. So I just don't know. I'm just baffled like everybody else.
Yeah, it's very confusing. For sure.
Let me see. And then if you go 2 streets, or if you go, basically, I'm going to say a street and a half to the east, there's it's called La Vista City Park. there's a couple of streets with it looks like how I don't know if they're apartments or houses, but they could be townhomes, but it looks like a residential area, like a small like street and across the street of residential areas between this elementary school and the La Vista City Park on the other side.
Huh. I never use my laptops. I'm trying to. They're probably so old. I won't. Always use my iPad. I never use my laptops, but I thought maybe I'd try to get one out to look things up while we're talking.
And I've been to the area. Like I say, I used to live, a city block to the west and a little bit to the south.
Yeah, that's pretty
But there's
close.
so many apartment complexes in this area because there's the Southfield apartments where he lived. There's the Vivere apartments to the Vivere is to the Vivere's to the south, and then on the other side of the street you have Inwood Apartments and Alpine Village, which is where I thought he lived, was at Alpine Village, but it's at the Southfield on the other side of the street.
Is that more of an upscale area?
No.
Okay. Oh no, because you have him at the. Okay, I got you. I think I'm gonna save up.
There's the fire department and
I just don't see
some
how.
restaurants, the CVS.
I just don't see how any of those didn't catch him. I just really don't.
And maybe they didn't even look into him. I don't know, but if they don't have you know what I mean? Like if they don't have a reason to go check it out,
Right.
I would try to, if it was me, I would try to come up with a reason to go check it out. If I could see their previous surveillance at these businesses, just to see, just to get an idea of
maybe he walked by
where how he went home, how he went from the elementary school to the apartments. Or did he take the street? Did he take the cut acrosses? How did he end up by his apartments? Because if he just okay, am I wrong to think if he just randomly walked out of school, it's not like this could have been calculated, you know what I mean? So if he randomly went out of school, then this would have had to have been a random kidnapping. If you know what I mean?
You would think, you would think so, but
because you can't plan that. You can't be like, oh, today at 12:30, I'm going to be sitting here and waiting for a kid to come.
Well, they could, but then it'd still be random on what child.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it happens a lot.
Yeah. I just kind of want to, get this story out there, for people. I Obviously, I don't think a lot of people know about it because it's, local here, but just another.
Just another baby.
Mm-hmm. Gone missing in thin air. It's just so weird to me.
Yeah, it is me too. It's like, especially with all the camera and all the stuff we have everywhere, I just can't
Mm-hmm.
see hardly how. I mean, on trails and stuff, I could, I could see that, but
Where
on
there are none.
yeah,
And I guess Summer asked if he was. She said she meant if he was coming home or leaving home. We don't. We just know he was at home.
yeah, we don't
But
know if he went
but he
inside
obviously,
and then came back out and got caught, or if he.
yeah, he obviously came home or went home or got home somehow. So yeah.
Need to know more about the teacher.
Yeah, Emily.
Yeah, I wonder why he didn't at least report it. Oh, there's Wilby.
Mm-hmm.
I
Good
mean,
to
that's
see
the
you,
whole point.
Wheelby.
I mean, that's the whole point, right? Is to make sure our kids are safe, whether they're leaving or whether they're staying. They need to have some
Right.
difference in between that, or
But if that's just in the petition, that doesn't, I don't think that means that that actually
ah,
happened. Or
that's just
if
things.
someone came forward and said they seen him leaving and didn't do anything, or if that's just what an allegation.
She is having one tomorrow. Will be.
Yes, I am having a live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Did he have a cell phone? I well, I don't know if he had a cell phone, but he had social media of some sort to
He
Google.
could, yeah.
Mm-hmm. To Google how to hide from police, how to.
That just sounds so suspicious to me, like he was trying to get away from home
Mm-hmm.
or something.
I don't,
I mean,
and you don't
maybe
know if it was
somebody at
intentional
school.
or if.
Maybe it was just somebody at school he's trying to, get away from and then go home. Or, I mean, there's so many
Well, and
scenarios.
we don't know. We don't know when he Googled that. We don't know.
Mm-mm.
We just know that it was Googled. How to, and then something about how to go missing under, or how to do something underground.
A lot of trust in school, yeah. Especially if it's a special needs type of child. Of course, we don't
Mm-hmm.
know how badly he was.
Challenged.
Yeah, because there's so many of them that really you wouldn't know too much. And then there's those that are
And
really
that
challenged.
are that it's obvious. Yeah. But yeah, this one has me scratching my head as well. I just can't believe how many I know of like this, but how many like this don't we know of?
Thousands.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, and it's like, I always feel bad too, but there is no possible way to cover everyone. There's just not. I don't think there's enough YouTubers to like take one kid full time. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
there are thousands and thousands of kids and young people and adults
Adults.
that are gone for just
Yeah.
gone. You always wonder, how does this one end up in the news? How does that one end up in the news? You know, and
How
then,
does this one not end up in the news?
yeah, exactly.
Like Shanquella Robinson. I just can't get over it.
Oh, that one? Oh, I wish somebody could go to jail for that.
I wish there was about 6 people, but
Mm-hmm. I think they all should. Are
I
you going to cover that? Or
at some
kind of,
point, at some point,
oh, but let me
I have
know.
some.
I
Yeah.
was really getting into that one.
Mm-hmm. I do want to do that one specifically though, as well.
Yeah,
It
that
has
one.
some, but like I say, like I just kind of want to do the local ones that I know a lot about first, so it seems like I know what I'm talking about
Well, we all find out as we go, don't we?
before I get into
Each
ones
other.
that are further away from me and I might not know what I'm talking about.
Right. I get you.
There, there is an alarm going off in a car
Oh, I hear it.
outside of
I
my
barely.
house, I believe. At least it sounds like a car. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay, good. I was like, if it's an alarm in my apartment building, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do, but
What
God,
does
it
that
sounded
mean?
yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't even. David is working until 7:30, so I have about 15 minutes left before he might come strolling in.
Okay, do whatever you want to do, hon. We're just here to support you and get involved.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody has any other questions or if I've, covered everything or I don't know. Just kind of covered what I know and the basics and hope that, this can maybe get out there. I hope I get a few views, I guess.
Yeah.
We could all hit the like button.
We can like and we can share.
Yeah. But
Which is what I'm going to do right now.
Wheelby says, I say all the time for every case we look at, there are 100 just like it.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't think that's probably too far-fetched, to be honest.
No, I don't either.
There are some that are, but everyone is unique though. Like, because out of the hundreds and hundreds of cases that we know about, you guys, if you start saying something, thank you, Legendary.
I just saved to my, I just shared to my Facebook.
Yeah. Out of all the cases that we go through, if we start talking, if we say, oh, it's the one about this, you can almost immediately pick up on which one it is.
Yeah.
Like there's just each one has specific things that are different, but yet they're all the same.
Right.
The same but different.
Right. No, I know what you're saying. They're all of them just a little more circumstantial difference than another one.
If I said the one about the lady that It's okay, Wilby. About the lady that was released in the middle of nowhere. Would you know what I'm talking about?
There's too many.
When
No.
her mom told them not to release her, and they did anyways in the middle of nowhere.
No.
Trace Richardson.
No, I don't know that one.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, honey.
You know, there's the one about the girl being her clothes were torn off and she was almost decapitated.
You want part of this rib or not?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, it's pork chop.
You know, like you can just say stuff like that and people know
Mm-hmm.
who you're talking about. If they know the case. If you don't know the case, obviously. But people start talking about stuff around here. They're like, oh, yeah, the one about this, and I'm like, it's this. And they're like, you know about? I'm like, yeah, I do.
Right. The local sleuth.
Bring some of your paper towels down.
Yeah, we'll be. I agree.
Well, hun, I'm going to have to jump down. Dinner's ready, so.
Okay, yep, I'm gonna end it here in a little bit too.
All right.
About 5 minutes. So.
All right, honey. Just post it in your Discord so we know.
I will. I was just kind of rushing around because I had just got home and I didn't just get home. I honestly came home and took about a 3-hour nap.
Mhm.
And then I was like, oh, I need to get going. And I didn't really, so.
No, that's okay. Just until we get used to, your time and all of that is what I mean. How
Yeah.
often. So, but I will see you guys in a little bit, I'm sure.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Lady V.
You're welcome,
I
hon. Bye-bye.
appreciate you. Have a good
I
night.
appreciate you too.
Bye.
You're doing a good job.
We'll be, what do you want me to spell? The girl that was released in the middle of nowhere? Bye, Emily. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm going live tomorrow at 6 p.m. to discuss the math professor from my college, Chadron State College in Chadron, Nebraska, that went missing. And it's a solved-ish case. So if anyone wants to research that and hop on with me tomorrow, that'd be great. We'll be, are you talking about Trace Richardson? It's MITRICE. Is that one? Yes, Trace Richardson, MITRICE. And we'll be talking about Stephen Hadia tomorrow. Stephen STEVEN Hadia HAATAJA, I believe. It is quite the case. So if you want to research that and join me at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. If you're not doing anything, that would be great. I like to chat with people. And I like to get the stories out. So I hope that, no matter what, I just hope that we and Ryan's family finds answers at some point. Trust me, my friend and I are still very on the hot topic about it. It's local here, so it's still talked about a little bit here. We talk about it more than it's mentioned, but yeah, it's still not not a it I mean, can be considered cold, but they're still investigating it. So they still take, information. So, I think I did give the phone number out earlier to the La Vista Police Department. So yeah, if you have information or find anything that you think might be information, please give them a call. Would be nice to have an answer to this someday. But I'm going to go ahead and log off, and you guys have a great night. Just keep talking about things, guys. Keep talking, because maybe something someday someone will say something and these cases can get solved. So yep, that's what Dr. Hadia was. He was a math professor. I believe he was working on or did have his PhD. So yep. But I'm going to hop off. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. Thank you for those who will be joining and will rewatch. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe if you would like, and hope you all just have a great night. See y'all later. Until the next one, stay safe.